This is gonna be a little at-home beauty transformation. I'm really only filming this so that way I am not alone. You guys can hang out with me. But this is gonna be over the span of 2 days because I really don't have the mental or physical energy to do everything today. I'm cutting my hair today and we're gonna do a hair mask. I'm gonna show you all of that, and then tomorrow we're gonna do brows, lashes. This isn't really, I mean, it's part transformation, part just like maintenance. This is what my hair is looking like right now. It's dirty. I need to cut at least an inch off my ends because my hair is so dry right now. As my hair starts to grow, it just becomes very, very brittle at the ends. It's always been like this. And I think it might be because throughout like January and February, Jared and I were down in Florida for a couple weeks and I was in the ocean almost every day, and the salt water literally eats my hair. I feel like it is like chewing away at the ends of my hair. I have been cutting my hair at home for a very long time now, only because I literally just cut straight across the bottom. To start, I'm just gonna get my brush wet with some water, and I'm basically just gonna brush water through my hair so that way it's wet. Clip this out of the way. I feel like I'm gonna have to move the camera because my mirror is right here. I'm gonna put my trash can underneath of me. Normally I would be like right here in my sink, but I want you guys to be able to see the end of my hair, so I'm gonna step back and I have my trash can right here. These are the scissors that I got from Sally's. They're cheap hair cutting scissors. I used to use kitchen scissors, so this is an upgrade. I need to do a decent sized chop to notice a difference. So I'm gonna do maybe 1 to 2 inches. So this is the piece that I cut. It goes literally just below my boob. And then this is the original length. See? Now I'm just gonna line up these sections with the cut section and just try to get it as even as I can. My hair naturally is kind of wavy and messy, so this doesn't have to be perfect. If you have pin straight hair, then maybe go get it done professionally, because then if it's not totally even, it would probably be a bit more noticeable. I used to really hate cutting my hair basically throughout my entire life because I always wanted, you know, long hair. But over the years, ever since I started practicing minimalism helped encourage like the law of detachment for me, and I was able to really start applying that to lots of areas of my life, not just with clothing or with items, but even something like a haircut. The law of detachment, not having an attachment to dead, dry hair. I don't know how much a haircut is. It's probably like upwards of like maybe near $100 now. I have no idea because I have not gotten my hair cut professionally. To do what I'm doing, why would I spend that much money? So now I think it's basically for the most part even at the bottom. Now I'm gonna start, you see how there's kind of like that angle right there? I'm gonna address that situation once I get this side cut, so that way I can kind of do them at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and get this side wet. Oh, you can already see a big difference in the length. There was a handful of reasons why I started cutting my hair at home. It was to initially like save money, like I said, but also just to feel liberated, like offering this to myself. I love being able to do as much as I can for myself. Feels like an offering, like I'm offering this for myself, my time, energy. This is the part that stresses me out the most. I'm gonna move majority of this section to the back. Actually, I'm gonna use my finger to make a part that comes just in front of my ear. So all of this hair is gonna go to the back just to make sure that I don't cut any of that. I'm gonna do that on both sides. These were extremely uneven from the last time I did them, so I'm gonna just try to even them up, but I'm not gonna cut off too much because I don't want to fuck them up again. And it just goes shoo, and they start. I'm gonna probably trim the front a little bit more, but I just wanted to get this piece to like flow into that nicely, and I think that was actually very good. I don't think I should mess with it anymore because I actually feel very confident with where it's at right now, and I don't want to screw it up. So let's concoct our hair oil mixture. Look how much better it looks. Look how much thicker my ends look already. My hair is still pretty damp. It's starting to air dry, but it doesn't need to be completely dry or soaking wet for the oil. I actually like it to be kind of damp like this, so this is perfect. Organic cold pressed castor oil. This is gonna be a majority of the oil I use, and then also Batana oil. But I scoop out a good chunk. Batana oil can help mend split ends and help prevent them. And you know that's what I need right now. I'm using this much because I'm treating this as a hair mask. I'm gonna leave this on. It's already 5 p.m. so honestly I might just sleep with this in and then wash my hair in the morning. I'm not putting the oil all the way up to my scalp. I'm putting it probably about right here just because I don't need it up there. My hair produces enough oil already to keep my roots hydrated and moisturized. I'm gonna use this brush to brush it through because this is like my everyday brush. This is my hair oiling brush. Now I'm gonna go in with the castor oil. I'm gonna use this just for a more hydration for my hair. So I poured a good amount in my hands and I'm gonna start near my ends. This is a much thicker oil too. I'm debating how I wanna style my hair tonight since I am gonna sleep with this in my hair. I'm thinking of just putting it in a high bun. I will check back in with you guys in the morning to show you what I use to wash my hair and also to do the other things. Good morning, you guys. It's the next day. I'm gonna wash this pound of oil out of my hair. Okay, this is how my hair looks immediately after taking it out. As of right now, this is the shampoo and conditioner that I'm using from this brand because Angelina recommended this for colored hair. If you have colored hair, I guess this is a good brand, but it was very expensive and it has a very strong fragrance that I don't like. So once I'm gonna use it up because it was expensive, but once I run out of this, I'll be going back to my bar shampoo and conditioner. Just got out of the shower, my hair is washed. I ended up washing it 3 times with shampoo because there was just so much oil in it and I could feel with my hands that it wasn't washed out enough. So 2 to 3 washes is usually what it takes to get all that oil out. I always try to plan my hair washing for the mornings because I hate falling asleep with wet hair. It is the next day. I am on day 3 of this beauty experience with you guys. I just honestly did not feel like doing my lashes and brows yesterday. I have shown you what I'm about to do in a video before, my lashes and brows, but I'm just gonna show you again because I feel like why not? First step for brow lamination is the permanent gel. I guess I should mention I am a professional licensed esthetician and the eyelash extensions everybody can buy. The lamination that I'm doing is a professional grade lamination kit, so you guys won't be able to buy this unless you are a licensed esthetician or cosmetologist. Saran wrap, this is going to help trap the heat in and help the permanent gel process. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes, please. These are the lashes that I'm going to be using. I've been wearing these for over a year now. I have always bought these myself. I've never been sent anything from them, but I did reach out to them recently and they offered me a discount code for you guys. So if you are interested in trying these lashes, I swear by them. Genuinely love them. Lashes come in 4 clusters for both eyes. I like to do the outer 2 clusters on both eyes first and then I continue. These lashes last me at least 7 days. I'm gonna start applying the glue to the clusters. You gotta make sure you're putting enough glue on. When you apply the lashes, you're gonna apply them underneath of your natural lashes, not on top. And when you're applying the clusters, you don't wanna apply them side by side like this. You wanna overlap them a little bit. All 4 clusters are on. Before I start putting the glue on the last 4 clusters, we're gonna start on step 2. I started using these to remove this step. Step 2 for brows is this neutralizing cream. Now, when I do this on myself, I just use my fingers, but if I'm working on a client, then I'll use a disposable lip wand. Perfect, looks like I'm bleaching my eyebrows. Again, just to help process. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. Now we're gonna move on to the rest of the lashes. So again, I'm kind of scraping the wand of the glue against the lash band just to make sure I get enough, like a lot of glue on there. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit. I did this 3rd cluster for TikTok, but I'll do the inner corner for you guys. Just so satisfying. The 3rd cluster really starts pulling it in. You see? Like it actually looks like a full eyeball now. Last one for this eye. You see how small the inner corner is? Gorgeous. Gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. I don't know if I said this already, but the style of lashes that I'm using are called minks. Lashes are done. Oh God, that scared me. I'm gonna start mixing my tint for my brows. So I use this little ceramic dish just because less trash. If I were to use something disposable, then I would continue to have to throw it away. This I can just clean off. This tint is from Brow Code and I'm using the shade Light Brown. And then I'm also using their cream oxidant to develop the tint. So I do a 50-50 ratio of the tint and the developer. Oh my God, it's already been 35 minutes. I'm just using an angled brush. I'm gonna use this to apply it and to mix the tint. And I'm basically just gonna pretend like I'm putting makeup on my brows. But I'm starting off by just applying the tint to the outer like 3/4 of my brow. And after a few minutes, then I'll apply it to the front of my brow. I don't like the front to be as dark, so that's why I do it like this. In total, I'm leaving this on for about 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, make sure when you remove the tint, you start with the brow that you first applied it to. And take into consideration that you might want to leave this side on for another 20 to 30 seconds because of, you know what I mean? Last step is this rejuvenating cream. It has vitamin E oil in it. You only need to apply this directly after the lamination. This is not something that I apply every day, but it does make the brows look a little glossy and almost wet. You can see how my brows are a little red. That's just from the chemical processing, but within an hour, the redness will go away. I thought I was gonna put on makeup and get all cute to go to town, but I'm literally only going to an AA meeting and I look cute enough with my lashes and my brows, so I'm not putting on makeup. But I just wanted to end the video for you and just thank you guys for watching this and hanging out with me. I hope that this inspires you to do something for yourself. Cut your hair, do your lashes, do something at home. Save yourself some money, empower yourself by doing a service for yourself. I'm hoping to get a makeup tutorial filmed for you soon, kind of like my everyday go-to makeup look. I don't think I have filmed a video like that recently. I've posted a handful of makeup tutorials within the last couple months, but not like an everyday look. So I'm gonna film that for you soon. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.